Hate crimes against members of the Asian community have skyrocketed across the country since the start of the pandemic. It's moments like this captured on video that are sparking outrage and sadness. A recent study done by an Asian youth campaign showed during the pandemic, 1 in 4 Asian Americans in the country have personally experienced hate. President Biden has signed an executive order condemning racism and intolerance against the Asian and Pacific Islander community.
Facebook marketing executive Eric Toda is with us this morning. He recently wrote an article bringing attention to the rise in hate crimes against Asian Americans. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning. Thank you, Robin and Larry. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for joining us. So you talk about how a story with your grandfather sparked this whole thing for you.
Correct. Yeah. You know, as I started to watch more and more of these incidents happen across the United States, specifically in the Bay Area and in New York, it brought up a pretty troubling memory that I had when in the late 1990s, my grandfather was the target of a hate crime in the outer parts of San Francisco. And what I found in reflecting on that memory was that we need to do more. We need to do a lot more when it comes to anti-racism and anti-racism training, and that's why I wanted to speak out again to bring more awareness to the ad industry and to the marketing industry to hopefully put an end to this.
Yeah, I think there are other minority groups that would say that they're overlooked as well. What is specific to the Asian Americans and their challenges that they face actually for a very long time before this pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, it has been a very long time. To be honest with you, I'm very proud to be on a Chicago news channel because that's where my father was born. My father was born in Chicago because that was the only city to let my grandparents back in after the internment camps. So, anti-Asian racism is not new in this country. Like, those internment camps happened 79 years ago. My grandfather's hate crime happened 2 decades ago. And the reality is that, and my message to everybody here is that there's a high chance that what's happening to the AAPI, the Asian American community right now, is the social justice flavor of the month. But next month it will be another minority community, and next month it'll be another minority community. My message here is that we need to continue the work that we did in 2020 to be anti-racism, not just into 2021, but forever. And that is work that you need to understand what it means to be a minority, what it means to not be white, and what it means to understand the type of bias, the type of suppression that many minorities face. And a lot of people tell me that that's a really hard thing to do because they also have day jobs. But I tell them that's also what it's like to be in the skin of me, in the skin of your minority friends. And so what that is empathy, and what that is perspective that I'm hoping to raise across the nation. You
say in your piece that the Asian community is often overlooked when it comes to race issues by other minorities. Why is that?
Yeah, typically Asian American communities are often overlooked because of this moniker and trope called the model minority myth. What the model minority myth is that it was placed on us many generations ago by saying, listen, if you keep your head down, if you stay silent, you'll achieve some level of socioeconomic success in this country. And what that's done systemically in this country is put Asian Americans on this pedestal, which effectively has made us raceless or white adjacent, and therefore pitting us against other minorities. And that's why other minorities may say, well, you know what, you don't have to deal with the same things that we do because you're different than us. The reality is we're not. We didn't place that trope on us. We didn't place that moniker on us. Really, that was placed on us a long time ago. And what I'm looking to do right now is really dispel that model minority myth, because that does not exist. That should never exist. We're just like every single other minority community, the same struggles, and I want everyone to know that.
Well, Eric, we appreciate you joining us this morning. If you want to read Eric's full article, My People Are Dying in Silence, and I'm Here with a Megaphone, it's on adweek.com. Eric, thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks for having me.